It's been rumored that they are like not doing well, separating. He was like photographed without his wedding band on, but then they've been seen together ever since. Like, it wouldn't be surprising to me.
If they got divorced.
Yeah, if they just like weren't doing well. And she liked something on Instagram that was like very weird. It was like a
carousel?
Yes, of what you need in a relationship or something like that.
Okay, well, that's a tall tale sign.
Yeah, no, like a random Instagram account.
She's saving it for later.
Yeah. She's like, you got to read this.
Yeah. And it was like, your partner doesn't like spend time with you. Like, it was all stuff like that. And she liked it. And I was like, J-Lo, what are you doing?
Maybe she needs to go back to her bodega and get to her roots and calm down.
Ben and J-Lo have been a hot topic since the early 2000s, with their recent reunion sparking interest once again. However, things seem to have taken a turn for the worse in their life. So let's take a look at the problems they're facing and the surprising revelations that have come to light. For those who may not know, Ben and J-Lo started dating in 2002 and were engaged before calling it off in 2004. They got back together in 2021, but recent events have raised concerns. Sources suggest that J-Lo's actions and priorities may have caused issues in their relationship, and we're here to dig deeper. So, problems started brewing earlier this year when fans noticed the couple hadn't been seen together for a while. This was unusual for the usually affectionate pair, leading to talks about their relationship status. Ben and J-Lo were known for their public displays of affection, so their sudden absence raised many questions. Now, insiders have revealed that tension was building between them due to their different lifestyles and attitudes towards fame. So basically, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's marriage hit a rough patch because of their work commitments. J-Lo moved to New York to film her Netflix movie, Atlas, which meant she was away from Ben a lot. They were both busy with their own projects and didn't have much time for each other, which made things worse. It became obvious when J-Lo went to the Met Gala alone instead of with Ben. She said he was busy with his movie, but it seemed like their careers were more important than their relationship. J-Lo canceled her world tour to spend more time with her family, but there were videos of her and Ben fighting in public, so it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. They even tried to sell their fancy house, which showed that things were really messed up between them. Another big issue was that Ben likes his privacy while J-Lo loves being in the spotlight. He's always been private about his personal life, but J-Lo is all about fame. In her documentary, Ben talked about how he didn't like all the attention, but he was willing to compromise for J-Lo. He participated in the documentary, but sources say he wasn't comfortable with it. Their differences caused a lot of problems in their daily lives. J-Lo wanted to show off their relationship, but Ben couldn't handle it. It caused a ton of stress and conflict in their marriage. People close to them say that Ben's private nature clashed with J-Lo's outgoing personality. It was okay at first, but it became a big issue over time. Ben couldn't handle being with a global superstar, and J-Lo didn't understand why he was so uncomfortable. Well, there was this big moment at the movie premiere of Atlas in Mexico that showed how messed up things were between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo was promoting her movie when a reporter brought up the rumors about her divorce from Ben. It really pissed her off, and she shut down the question right away. She was like, okay, we're not doing that. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You know better than that. Come on, don't come in here with that energy, please. Thank you so much. Take a look.
Okay, we're not doing that.
No, estaba encerrado.
Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Estamos tomando
You know better than that.
Come on, don't come in here with that energy, please. If I could just end on one thing, is that Jen is a producer on this movie, and the reason why I'm here and the reason why Sterling was in this beautiful movie is because Jen cares. And Jen cares about things like representation and diversity, and she's a boss. And she's an incredible creative and an icon, and that's what I think we should celebrate her for today.
It was obvious that she was uncomfortable and annoyed, which made it clear that her marriage was in worse shape than she wanted people to know. This incident at the premiere was a reminder of how the media is always all over J-Lo's personal life. Even though she tried to act composed, it was getting harder to hide the problems in her marriage. The pressure from the public and constant questions about her personal life just made things even more stressful, and it was tough for her to pretend like everything was fine. And then there's Meghan McCain, who spilled the beans about J-Lo's behavior. McCain used to be on The View, and she talked about how awful it was to interview J.Lo. She called her a mean girl and said she was a nightmare behind the scenes.
The most viewed TikTok we have is me admitting that J.Lo coming on The View was not my favorite by a lot. I said it's not my favorite. I too share similar negative stories that apparently the entire world does too.
What happened? You told me this, Megan.
I will tell you more offline. I actually feel bad right now because I feel like we're turning a point where there's like bullying happening to J.Lo, and I don't want to add to that. She just is a deeply unpleasant person and had I said this on the fork, she had the biggest entourage I've ever seen, like of a celebrity. More than Kim Kardashian and more than the president. Like I've never seen, and I just don't really understand why it was needed. I just know my experience, and I was a host at The View. It was not nice. She was not nice, okay? And I'm like, whatever. You don't always have to be so nice, but it was just surprising given that people like Kim Kardashian couldn't be more delightful. And also when you're coming on a show for like a 10-minute segment, like as myself, as someone who's been invited on shows for 10-minute segments, just fake it till you make it.
According to McCain, J.Lo showed up with a huge entourage and was demanding and difficult to work with. It sounded like she had a diva attitude, which probably didn't help her marriage with Ben. McCain's story wasn't just about J.Lo's professional side, though. It hinted at personal traits that might have caused problems in her marriage. The way McCain described J.Lo as demanding and needing to be in control could have been factors in the tension between her and Ben. It added another layer to why their marriage was falling apart. Another thing to consider is J.Lo's history of jumping from one intense relationship to another. She's had a bunch of high-profile romances and marriages, often without much time in between. It's like she's addicted to love or something. Her first marriage to Ojani Noah only lasted 11 months. Then she got with Diddy, but that ended because he cheated on her. She married Chris Judd, but that only lasted 9 months. And then there was the whole thing with Ben Affleck, which was all over the news. But they got engaged and everything, but it fell apart, and they both moved on pretty quickly. J.Lo married Mark Anthony right after her breakup with Ben, and that lasted until 2011. But even before they were officially divorced, she started dating her backup dancer, Casper Smart. They had an on and off thing until 2016, with rumors of Casper cheating on her. After Casper, there were rumors about J.Lo and Drake, even though she denied it, but they were seen together a lot, so who knows? And then she got with Alex Rodriguez and they got engaged in 2019. But that ended in 2021 because of rumors of Alex cheating. When J.Lo and Ben got back together in 2021, people were hoping it would last. But with J.Lo's history of moving on quickly, there were always doubts about how stable their relationship was. It seemed like she had a problem with being single and always needed to be in a relationship, even if she hadn't dealt with her own issues. Her habit of jumping from one partner to another without taking time for herself might have caused problems with Ben. The emotional baggage from past relationships, along with all the attention from the media, made it hard for their marriage to work. J.Lo's love addiction and history of high-profile romances show how complicated her personal life is and give some context to why things are so messed up with Ben. So when you look at all the drama, media scrutiny, and J.Lo's past, it's clear that their marriage fell apart because of a lot of different factors. The public pressure, their different personalities, and their busy schedules all came together to create a perfect storm of problems.
J.Lo's allegedly getting back with her ex amid divorce with Ben Affleck. Let's get into it.
Are we seriously entering the battle of the gens? J.Lo is allegedly sending a warning to Ben Affleck's ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, to stay away. And fans think J.Lo is jealous when it comes to Garner and Affleck's close relationship.
You.
Apparently, J.Lo hates when her husband confides in his first wife about their relationship woes. These headlines started rolling in after Garner was seen showing up to the $100,000 a month Brentwood mansion, where Ben has reportedly been renting and staying amid relationship troubles with J.Lo. The insider said it's a scene J.Lo is all too familiar with. He confides in Jen about everything, even his issues with J.Lo, and she hates that Ben goes back to his sensible, down-to-earth ex-wife for advice and emotional support. She doesn't want Jen's input.
Maybe all that time Ben has been spending with his Jennifer Gardner is getting to J.Lo.
The decision to sell their $60 million house was a major turning point in Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's marriage. This luxurious property, which they had spent over 2 years searching for, was more than just a home. It symbolized their commitment to each other. However, the sale of the house marked the end of their attempt to build a life together. Sources close to the couple revealed that Ben never felt comfortable in the house due to its distance from his children with ex-wife Jennifer Garner. This discomfort added to the tension between him and J.Lo, ultimately leading to their decision to part ways. J.Lo had not visited Ben's new place since the separation, indicating a growing distance between them. The lack of effort to reconcile suggested that both had moved on emotionally from the marriage. The sale of their marital home was seen as the final straw, signifying the end of their relationship and sparking speculation about their future. And now, social media is filled with opinions about what went wrong in their high-profile marriage. Some blame J.Lo for the breakup, while others sympathize with her. A person tweeted saying, J.Lo never learned her lesson. When Ben broke up 3 days before their wedding, she told her Ben didn't want her. Then he contacts her 20 years later. She should have never responded to his emails. She never moved on in her heart, even though she married and dated others after their breakup. Another one wrote, Ben isn't a good thing either. Jennifer Garner was private with him. A good wife, a good mom, and took care of him while he's battling alcohol addiction, even after they divorced. Yet lately he blamed his addiction to his relationship with her. Don't like J.Lo, but Ben isn't any better. But what do you guys think? Do you believe J.Lo should be blamed for the breakdown of her marriage, or do you believe the issues were more mutual? Share your thoughts in the comments.